welcome back to this ongoing Didgeridoo documentary. Let's see how much stuff we can document, how much stuff I end up repeating without knowing. Though these days I actually do know. This one is really deep. A lot of this isn't just documenting. It's me. I'm gonna be putting up like keywords and like target searches and like start paying for advertising to look for finding other Didgeridoo players. But one of the greatest things that I've realized while I'm playing one of these, and see, this is why I should have had a document already, because it's like I was playing, I was like, oh, I had that enlightenment, and then it's like I gotta start playing again and I'll remember. So we're gonna do that real quick. I'm gonna bring the thought back. Well, first thought of the day was, man, I really just want to get to the point, because so I can't do really, I can play really heavy didgeridoos and I play them like fairly well, and it's better for playing lighter ones. I really want to get into making finding and like collecting like a lot of light didgeridoos because of this one sound that I can do on generally all of them, though on this one, on Taka, y'all are hearing me play, which I haven't played on here yet. I don't think. It took, I would say, somewhere around 200 to 300 hours to be able to get it down, and that was me sitting in public playing too. So I was doing some pretty, and I wasn't getting good tips because I'm sitting here practicing. People like locals when it's not like when it's winter and it's not like tourists and stuff just throwing money around. They want like people that are like really good and stuff. That's just kind of how it works. But it took me, given after about like 50 hours of getting work, I had to do a lot of other notes before I could even like really attempt it, and I hadn't played my other one, the ones that y'all hear me play. They were totally across the country. That's why they call me Sony. But yeah, so the thought process, I believe, was that when I'm pursuing a note, I'm like carrying it. For one, you can get as many notes in here as you can possibly desire. Like, believe it or not, you can put a lot of different notes in and have them all like connect and stuff. If you keep like persistence, it's a total key, because there are certain things I need to do so many times before like my muscle memory is right back to that point of gonna do it again. But given I'm also doing like something around like 7 different tasks at the same time, to do like 4, 5, and 6 like different tiers or sounds or whatever you hear in there. Certain ones though can make other ones go further, make them sound different, take 2 different octaves going in different directions and throw them together with something in the center for them all to spiral around. That's what y'all hear a lot too, is I'll take 2 notes and I'll clash them and then throw them into like the cylinder, like the circular part or whatever, and make them just sit there and just spiral. But since they're like pushing and repelling each other and they don't actually connect, they're just going faster and faster. This one actually, it builds up. So I realized this actually, it was good at me cracking this didgeridoo after really thinking about, after all the experiences that I have that one piece of information is extremely vital towards, because like in my head I was like, well, maybe it's the pressure um, added, like how much is that? It really gave me a realization, like something to ground it to. Once just a small crack, like, see if I can show it to you guys. So might have to hit it with the light. That's right. See it? Bam, right there. If I get usually like the notes I'm doing, it's not enough pressure, but I do actually think it is letting a little bit out, a very small amount, because something's changed, like, and it is weird, and now it made me stop and think, oh no, it's happening again where I played this one too much, I need to play another one, which partially was the case, but now as I'm doing it again, because I remember when I hit one of these really high notes, this just like, and it was like the instrument was really warm and everything, I had been going on it after it cracked, and I wanted to see if it would play, and I started playing, and then I got invited, and that was my last night in Cali, and I got invited up to like a hipster underground, like hipster club lounge. It was weird. Like, where the fuck am I? This is a little, everybody's like doing some weird shit, like everybody's like dancing, you got people like meditating, there's like tea in the back corner and stuff, people like in the side. It was chill. Like safer than the taco trap. It's just what I called it. You put 50 people living outside of a freaking Taco Bell 24/7. That's called a taco trap. Slogan. Let's see what else we can call it. All right. But yeah. Anyway, so persistence. That was the topic. I had a different way of explaining it, but persistence has given me like this next level of like grounding. It will take me, like, if I want to go and perform, like, actually, if I'm not going to be street performing, like I'm going to go and do a gig somewhere, I'm going to prepare, like, I need to do at least 30 hours the like week before or something close to. Given the more I play, if I'm playing a lot, if I'm, and that's like if I wasn't warmed up, like, at all, which these days I really am always warmed up, and it's weird. I can still go like 6 months, and then it's like, okay, so if I go 6 months without it, yeah, when I play again, or even 3 months, I didn't really do 6 months, so it was about 3 months, but usually 3 to 6 months was the longest gap where it was like I almost had to start like retraining a lot of stuff. About 3 months had passed, and then I started picking it up again, and I was like, I'm trying to do this note, and I couldn't really do it, but the time before that, I wasn't really like able to until I played it a few times and came back. But then that time, I was able to be like, oh wait, this is what I did, and then bam, just fixed it. So it's a very complicated instrument. It's the greatest thing in existence, in my opinion. It is, like, in the universe's existence, even though this instrument, I'm pretty sure is some bizarre form of like interdimensional, like black hole, like time travel and like dimensional warping, like communicator, whatever you would call that. That's probably what this thing is. Secretly, some way we just accidentally got a hold of them because they're like, oh, they like trees and they need oxygen. We need oxygen. And believe it or not, that's like one of the main things for it. Very common. And if not, maybe it would have just been something else that would have grown similar, but it wasn't quite like a tree. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so it's just meant to be here. It was clearly put here by aliens. They just like, okay, we need to get about 7 billion of them, and then like just put didgeridoos in places, and the ones that go to didgeridoos, we know that they're ours because, you know, they can already communicate with us. Like, so I can just call down a mothership right now. Y'all want me to? I'll call one down. I think I can. I just called one down earlier, actually. I was like, oh damn, this one. Okay, so there's the note that I do on this didgeridoo that sounds like a mothership landing, like, or something insane like that. it is a matter of two different things. Like the other didgeridoo, yes, I can do it on there, but for me to hit the frequency right, I have to go through a whole nother layer because I can transition in this. Dude, I don't even know. I think it's a C didgeridoo. I guess maybe it's a D. Um, I think I tried to test it, but now I played it. I can literally just climb through every single different one and all the other different ones that don't actually exist. A lot of that is through like training your voice. I do a lot of voice acting, stuff like that. But however, with voice acting, playing the didgeridoo also helps. So once again, it's a trick to life. Like, you know, it's a shortcut to me personally. But I was doing voice acting a little bit before finding the didgeridoo. See, me as a kid, I didn't think about it as voice acting. It was me just being dumb and impersonating something. Like, look at me! I'm Mr. Reese's! Dude, I want to pet Mr. Macy's, so I just had a thought. Man, it's not wood, knock on wood. Hopefully we can get this one out there. I want to see them do it. Let's see if we can pull this Mr. Macy's thought back up while we play. Let's see if this works. I don't have this thought. I forgot what it was. We're going to see if we can pull it back up with didgeridoo. Because it worked for the other bit. Just came out a little bit different, but I saw what I was talking about. So here we go. Documenting. I hope this, actually, you know what? Okay, 15 minutes. Uploading this, starting over, there's not enough storage, it's not gonna save, and then one time it got corrupted uploading to YouTube. Or didn't get corrupted, it just wouldn't upload without me redoing it. So yes, it got corrupted. But yeah, we're gonna do 3 minutes and then y'all forward to the next video. My tongue and everything is numb now. That one actually, okay, so that was, I haven't really done that before. I'm tampering with other stuff now. The numbness I found gives a added ability. It's a loss. It's like a trade-off. I lose one portion and gain another. Bud is like that, except the gain is a lot better, given that I can hear and do everything faster, because I can still know when I'm doing something and I can just like sense it better. Literally, guys, born on 420, I'm a ganja chief. My heart, like, it follows me. I cannot escape. Like, this ganja planet chases me down. As soon as I'm like, I don't know, I'm like, I need to take a break. It's just like, it just like calls, like it's like this ocean trying to pull me back, you know, that Viking blood or something. I don't know. That's the thing. I got like a little bit of Viking. I got pretty much everything, like pretty much every continent. Clearly, escape artists on my bloodstream. But let's try and escape back to the didgeridoo. We're gonna try and do it one more time. My mouth is still numb, but that one was really cool. I got the note that I normally do, but to go off of my mouth as a whole. But I didn't have as much control. But it still sounded better. Now I'm curious, would I be able to do both of those? But I lost one. But how do I, because okay, so I compressed it into one spot, and that's like me compressing the corridor of my mouth. And like my tongue wasn't in the way, but because it's going over that, I can't take my tongue and insert it into this spot, into this sound stream without like causing it to like, you know, it's going to tighten up really quick, and then it's going to put out like, you know, a higher pitch sound, a higher tier. So every time you constrict it, it's causing more to build up. So that's what you're hearing me do. I'm constricting the sound, but then I take it, I constrict it back here really quick these days, and then I bring it out to the bell of it and have it linger, because especially if you're playing off the ground, that sound echoes. There's a lot of notes like I can pick up a lot faster and do quicker. If my setup isn't always janky, like there's always something in the way, but these are like my personal notes, really, ones that I like for me. That someday everybody will really get to hear. You play it off the sound okay, and it, because there is like a solid, like I've taken now. Okay, so one thing I did, I'll play off concrete, and then I have a styrofoam pad if I'm needing to play like this. But I also need to soften it, and I don't need the vibrations coming back into the didgeridoo. I just put a styrofoam pad down, or it's like it's an egg crate basically. I mean, it's 4 studios, and I think it is better, but I was already planning to sleep on it if I had to. Well, so because I got a bunch of them. Maybe it's firmer. I like it. To make my bed soundproof. What with the real MC Stoney making his bed soundproof? Like, one day there's just gonna be a massive like party going on downstairs, and I'm gonna be fine because my shit's gonna. Everybody's gonna be, oh my god, they're gonna be screaming. I'm like, yeah, man, my bed's soundproof. Oh, dude, that's how I'm gonna live my life. Not making sense. Oh yeah, because I mean, like, I see that I might as well, like, eventually, like, let's say I do acquire like imminent wealth. Like, I don't want to live forever, all right, but there is stuff that I want to really do, and it would definitely be like a spot that like is just open access. Like it's like regulated, so chaos isn't gonna break out a little bit, but like every time, like, so I'll be out all the time, but like I only come back to my own place like once a month, but I want to already bump in when I come in. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I see it. That's how I know that. That's how once I do that, once I can do that, I will, like, my brain will be like, oh, like, dude, who just walk into the place, like, still, you know, really fucked up, like, got brought to a party, be like, oh man, whose party is, and like my pictures on the wall and shit, like, and everybody's like, dude, it's your party. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's right. That shit'll happen. I was like, yes, I finally did it. I got some crazy aspirations in life, y'all. Some of the things that, I mean, y'all are probably like, why does he even want to do this? This isn't worth putting in like all your time and soul into, but to me, that's definitely in there. Like, it has a certain feel to it. But alright, we're gonna keep getting at it. I said, okay, I'm gonna end this. We're jumping on, y'all. Hop to the next video, and don't forget to spam that like button. Press it like a million times, or just one time. One is a million these days, if you know which start button you're pressing, or stop, if you know what I mean. Yeah. There's money out there, it's growing. I'm seeing some weird stuff go on. Right now, though I don't have the money to play with, now it's already risen, so who knows. But I think oil was a pretty hot ticket. Now it's probably not. Now if you put money into it, you're probably gonna lose. But that's the thing. I just gotta get my hands on like a really good insider list. Just find those right connections. That's all I know I'm looking for. Otherwise, I have to scour it by myself, which means I have to create a way. That's talking stocks and everything, and I'm not going about that. That's a whole lifestyle choice, and if I really want to study stocks, I need to have the money, which is the whole game plan towards this year. But I think everybody's game plan got messed up, and now they're doing other stuff. I did find some good stuff. There'll be another video. I'm working on a way of presenting it. It's called ATS, Applicant Tracking Systems. And basically, I'll just throw this in there. Anybody that needs a job, this is like, gives you like a 98% chance of getting a job if you do the resume right, using an applicant tracking system like structure for it, for your so I'll help anybody out with that. Like, some people I'll make them for them, but other people I'll just guide you a little bit. I'm gonna be making up some resources for that. On top of that, the reason why this works is, and nobody knows about this. The thing is, nobody really knows about this, but it's everywhere. And it's like, it's becoming more and more common. But like me, I wasn't aware of any of this. I wasn't within the loop when this happened. So like 5 years have really passed. Like, and ATS has really gone like bigger, and I didn't even know it before that, and it was going on before that. So it's like hush hush. Goal is to blow that fish out of the water. We just want to expose it. Like the megalodon, you know, everybody's like megalodon doesn't exist. Like there's one way, guys, and it's like 2,000 pounds of dynamite under the megalodon when it comes up to shore. Like it's probably gonna get hurt, and we know it, but we need to know if it's out there because there's probably more of them. But we can't do that. It's like that's your option, and it's really inhumane. So we don't do that type of stuff, you know. So we just have to sit there and be like, I guess the megalodon is not real, is real. And I want a megalodon tooth. It's gonna be like one of my main pieces, but that's only after, hopefully one day. I mean, we really just need to take the megalodon, put it onto the moon, in the water, because the moon's like full of water, just melt it all and just let it live inside of this giant thing, let it breed and stuff, get some extra megalodons. Like it's a very like, you know, guys don't go to the moon, megalodons are like living in there, but we need to like turn that into like the giant tank for them. So how do we get these giant creatures out? We need to get their babies and let them grow. Given we don't have to do that on the moon, so we'll start. But we just have to find if there's a giant, but there's only one of them is the thing. Possibly is the thing, but maybe there's more. Like I think there's cross species, and you like it's weird. Cross species are getting like they go down, not necessarily up. But I do believe that there are creatures that could easily live to be freaking, you know, like hundreds of thousands of years old, practically. I guess I have no clue how old this freaking thing is. It's like 1 billion years old or something. I don't know. It's huge. I don't know if it's a myth, but when that thing came up on the shore, dude, that looked so unnatural. Like half of a whale was eaten. You can tell it's just one bite. Like the thing is, though, the camera. They should have known with how big it was. That's the weird thing. But the thing is, with murky water, you also can't see through it. So it's like, was this fake? It didn't look fake. It looked real. However, the realness of it aspect also did look fake. Because of, I know enough about how you structure like 3D imaging and make it look realistic. Given myself, like, it's harder for me to do that. But I did find out that if you are using like a lighter, like a gray, dark gray, lighter gray, you know, up to using a black background, and you use the white on the trim, it adds a little bit more depth, because this is actually like correlated to how our eyeballs are seeing stuff during the daytime. So it has a little bit of a trait to it that makes me suspicious. However, if they had just lit it up more, you would have been able to actually see. Maybe they didn't think they were going to get that close, but I'm on to you. Maybe it's out there. Maybe it actually is out there, and they're just trying to get people to know, so they had to actually do, you know, you never actually know. It's like, to me, it probably is. If it did surface, and that was a long time ago, then we should be prepared for other things surfacing. Given that there's a giant squid locked down in the ocean and a giant megalodon, I think the megalodon would win. Because the squid isn't going to be able to crush it, I don't think. So, or whatever, a giant freaking kraken. Guys, we're going to go kraken hunting one of these days. We're hunting down krakens. Y'all can come with me once we have like our like whole like thing to go deep down into the crevices of the ocean safely, and like find them and like catch them. You can't wish for things you can already get on the planet, guys. We just went into the depths of like into the earth, like into the very core of the unknown. My favorite. I got it right here. Go into the ocean. That's what we're talking about, so everybody's clear. Go very deep into the depths of the ocean, right? find a Kraken. If we're going to do that, you can't wish for anything that you can have or even potentially acquire or obtain. You have to wish for something that completely alters the structure of human existence. Because ultimately, you're going to get more from that. Everybody else is as well. But like, what if we wished? What could we wish for, guys? If we got one Kraken wish, and it was between three of us, and we like three of us make it down and slay the Kraken, and the three of us get one wish, and whoever blurts it out first gets it. So you have to be on par. You know, nobody's like accidentally wishing for something a little bit dumb. That's gonna be a video or something. Maybe we'll do it right now. I don't know. How come we need some people to brainstorm with this? I'm not gonna drive myself crazy, but we are gonna document the insanity of my own mind. I have to medicate a little bit now. So Kraken. This is the subject now. Kraken. And I was gonna end this video, but whatever. 30 minutes. We're gonna stop it at 30 minutes. After this brief ramble, remember to follow to the next video, y'all. We're gonna continue playing the Didgeridoo. Now we're talking about Krakens and wishes. So the next Kraken and wish. What would we wish for? Put it in the comments below. This is gonna be ongoing. My wish. If I was given the reins, I'm not doing this, Mr. Kraken, so you know. But if it were my wish, after we find the Kraken, I would know that like there are probably like interdimensional aliens, like real like evolved species, like you know, we're seeing God as being human or whatever, but it could actually be almost like a humanoid type of octopus or squid, or like realistically structured within our universe. We're probably living in something that is a light mass, like, you know, like air or whatever, but it also has enough density to like us. It's still compacted, because isn't that what the shell of our universe is? Why we can expand from the inside out? Because there's something on the outside pressing. That's exactly what our body does. That's what I do on the Didgeridoo. Other instruments are like this. Like, it's just very common. And when we have a black hole where things just go. So yeah, I'm a firm believer that you would probably be crushed unless you stayed really calm by a black hole. But I don't know really how to. We can throw stuff in and be like, oh, it got crushed, but I don't see it getting crushing. I don't think everything has to be crushed. Could possibly be the body, but if that meant your soul went into another dimension, wouldn't that be pretty dope? Try making your way back from that one, Stony. I got wanderlust. I'll wander extremely far. I purposely make sure there's no way for me to get back, so when I want to, it's just easier to keep going. Very dangerous stuff. Careful how you do it, where you do it, why, who, what, when, where's, and why's. I don't know. I really can't answer any of those. But one day, what's next? Who knows? No one knows. Not me. But I will. Probably not. I will know when it happens, and at that point it won't be a matter of knowing, it will be known. It will be done. Alright, 1 minute, we're going to do the alien sound real quick. Y'all just heard one of my tangents. Gonna figure out this Kraken wish. I think I forgot. Like, that was close. I still haven't recovered. Alright, we're going to do another session. I hope y'all enjoyed the rant. Hopefully this video does make it. Remember to follow, like, subscribe. Guys, I need 50 subscribes. That's it. The real MC Stoney, y'all can come and kick it whenever you want. Hit me up. I do live streaming on Libit as of now, but not really. Maybe sometime in the future, but I kind of see myself surpassing it in other ways now. But we'll find out. I do like it there. The thing is, I do like it there. So that's the good part. Hopefully it doesn't become something that it isn't, while there is stuff about it that I don't believe is good. Because, I mean, okay guys, if you want to get into live streaming, here's the thing. There are people who make good money off it. But everywhere you go now, it is a matter of other hosts, other live streamers, giving gifts to other live streamers so their score goes up, and vice versa, you know, swapping this back and forth so you can climb up and rank up. While that's good, it means that the average person that comes in who doesn't really have anyone or anything isn't gonna be able to take their inspiration and show themselves, that because it's already sapped up, the little bit that there is, it's not getting, and there's not enough. Like on other communities, yeah, it works, but it sucks that it's built like that. It shouldn't have a rule saying, yeah, no trading, but then that's pretty much what everybody's doing under the table. It just shouldn't be like that. You should be able to take your community and be like, yes, we know this is happening, this is the large sum of it, we can't punish people for it, but we're gonna find a way to make it not operate like this. Because what that's doing is, they're saying it's a $300 million industry, you know, like between all live streaming or something like that. But when I stop and look at all of it, dude, like 250 million of that is just the money going in and back out. So the numbers are just going back and forth and growing. But if you look at it, I mean, but then like other places, other apps are growing really large because of it. It's a trick, but they make all their money, and it's just screwing the people that need to work up and build up. And that, to me, I can only stop and think if when I was about like 16, my older brother and we had just started live streaming, how much we make people laugh just going off, like, especially like more in our youth too. Now we're like starting to get a little bit old, like seriously, but like I can only stop and think of how great that would have been, given I wouldn't have had anybody because I was born in the suburbs. Besides other, you know, I wouldn't have been able to get up enough, you know. So while you're taking the large sum of it and using this to grow everything and make it look better and entice people and just like social engineer them giving profit, which, I mean, maybe that's the only freaking way to get it done. I don't really know. I mean, they probably didn't do enough testing just about with everything else in existence, that, you know, something very large, first time you're doing it, but it works, and but, you know, like, have you tested 1,000 times? Okay, maybe on a small scale, you know, ultimately, but you're never even, you know what I'm saying? So there's always variables. So to me, that hurts the structure of any community. I get it. Like, magazines have done this. This isn't uncommon, but magazines have done this for a very long time. A lot of other apps that I use do this, and they have ways of tricking you basically to get their money. I do miss Team Treehouse though. Is that the name of it? I think that is. It's a coding site. I wonder if there's something on Team Treehouse for ATS. because I got offered at one point to do a video for them. I don't know if they still go about it like this. I think they do because I ran across through some of their content. But once I do get ATS down, it is something that I can. The thing is, it's something I can handle. It's like SEO, but SEO, I have bad like experience kind of behind it. And this isn't really like, this is a little bit different of structure. It's basic enough for me to really understand it like easily. Like I just wrapped my head around it. I don't know. Sometimes I think like stuff makes sense to other people, but then I realize that it only seems natural to me now because I've done it like freaking 10,000 times. I'm still like not even aware. I'm like practicing everything in existence. Where'd that lighter go, by the way? We just had it, guys. What did I just do with it? So y'all just witnessed my lighter teleporting. Find it. Dude, did I not just have it out here? No, I wasn't. I didn't just have it out here. I had that other lighter. That one. This one. Yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna end this video. I don't even know if this is gonna make it through. I might have to go and clear out video space. I just did this because I didn't have to. I can just record it straight to YouTube rather than doing a live stream. It doesn't matter. Honestly, I would prefer to do this. I enjoy this more rather than live streaming right now, at least in the capacity that's at. Okay, so what I'm doing is, actually we're gonna start over. Alright guys, like, follow, I know I've said this like 5 times, like, follow, share, subscribe, comment below, get in on the Kraken comments. Yeah, get in on those Kraken comments, y'all. Let's really get it wilding out. We can talk about what wish you would get, or whatever. Ask me didgeridoo questions, or talk about the other subject going on this live stream today of the random thoughts I have while we're doing this didgeridoo documentary session. It is endless. It is a lifelong, endless didgeridoo documentary that I will start advertising for at some point. That is certain. But alright, y'all. Peace. I'm gonna hop over to the next video. I'm gonna keep playing the